आज हम अगला एपिसोड करेंगे, एपिसोड 2 ऑफ द लिविंग वर्ल्ड फ्रॉम 1.3 टैक्सोनॉमिक कैटेगरीज। सो आज हम देखेंगे कि टैक्सोनॉमिक कैटेगरीज कौन सी होती है और ये सब पैराग्राफ पढ़ेंगे। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। क्लासिफिकेशन इज नॉट अ सिंगल स्टेप प्रोसेस बट इन्वॉल्व्स हायरार्की ऑफ स्टेप्स in which each step represents a rank or category. Since the category is a part of overall taxonomic arrangement, it is called the taxonomic category, and all categories together constitute the taxonomic hierarchy. Each category, referred to as a unit of classification, in fact, represents a rank and is commonly termed as a taxon. Taxonomic categories and hierarchy can be illustrated by an example. Insects represent a group of organisms sharing common features like three pairs of jointed legs. It means insects are recognizable concrete objects which can be classified and thus be given a rank or category. Can you name other such groups of organisms? Remember, groups represent category. Category further denotes rank. Each rank or taxon, in fact, represents a unit of classification. These taxonomic groups or categories are distinct biological entities and not merely morphological aggregates. This is so important line, that is, these taxonomic groups or categories are distinct biological entities and not merely morphological aggregates. Taxonomical studies of all known organisms have led to the development of common categories such as kingdom, phylum, or division for plants, class, order, family, genus, and species. All organisms, including those in the plant and animal kingdoms, have species as the lowest category. This is also important. Species is the lowest category. Now the question you may ask is how to place an organism in various categories. The basic requirement is the knowledge of characters of an individual or groups of organisms. This helps in identifying similarities and dissimilarities among the individuals of the same kind of organisms as well as of other kinds of organisms. 1.3.1 Species. Here we will learn about species. Taxonomic studies consider a group of individual organisms with fundamental similarities as species. A group of individual organisms with fundamental similarities as a species. One should be able to distinguish one species from the other closely related species based on the distinct morphological difference. Based on the distinct morphological differences. What is the basis? Distinct morphological differences. Let us consider Mangifera Indica. Mangifera Indica is a mango, Solanum tuberosum potato, and Panthera leo lion. All the three names are important and they should be learned. All the three names, Indica, tuberosum, and leo, represent the specific epithets, while the first words Mangifera, Solanum, and Panthera are genera and represents another higher level of taxon or category. Each genus may have one or more than one specific epithets representing different organisms but having morphological similarities. This is so important line. Each genus may have one or more than one specific epithets representing different organisms but having morphological similarities. For example, Panthera has another specific epithet called tigris, and Solanum includes species like Nigrum and Melongena. Human beings belong to the species Sapiens, which is grouped in genus Homo. The scientific name thus for human being is written as Homo sapiens. Now 1.3.2 Genus. Genus comprises a group of related species which has more characteristics in common in comparison to species of other genera. We can say that genera are aggregates of closely related species. For example, potato, tomato, and brinjal are three different species but all belong to genus Solanum. Lion, Panthera leo, leopard, Panthera pardus, and tiger, Panthera tigris, with several common features, are all species of the genus Panthera. This genus differs from another genus Felis, which includes cat. Here we have learned about the two genus, that is first one is about Panthera and second one is Felis. Felis are cats and other one is Panthera, which contains tiger, leopard and lion. Now 1.3.3 family. Next category, family, has a group of related genera. A group of related genera with still less number of similarities as compared to genus and species. What they are saying, a group of related genera with still less number of similarities as compared to genus and species. In genus, what they have said, a group of related species which has more characteristics in common in comparison to species of other genera. Now come, families are characterized on the basis of both vegetative and reproductive features of plant species. This is so important line, it should be learned by hearted. Families are characterized on the basis of both vegetative and reproductive features. This line has not come up to now, that is, families are based on both vegetative and reproductive features of plant species. Now next slide. Among plants, for example, three different genera, Solanum, Petunia and Datura, are placed in the family Solanaceae. Among animals, for example, genus Panthera, comprising lion, tiger, leopard, is put along with genus Felis in the family Felidae. Similarly, if you observe the features of cat and a dog, you will find some similarities and some differences as well. They are separated into two different families, Felidae and Canidae respectively. Now comes 1.3.4 order. You have seen earlier that categories like species, genus and families are based on a number of similar characters. Generally, order and other higher taxonomic categories are identified based on the aggregates of characters. This is so important again. Generally, order and other higher taxonomic categories are identified based on the aggregates of characters. What they are saying? Generally, what they are saying? Generally, order and other higher taxonomic categories, order, class, kingdom, that are identified based on the aggregates of characters. Order, being a higher category, is the assemblage of families which exhibit a few similar characters. What they are saying? A few similar characters. The similar characters are less in number as compared to different genera included in a family. Plant families like, important line again, plant families like Convolvulaceae, Solanaceae are included in the order Polymoniales based on the floral characteristics. Important line, floral characters. The animal order Carnivora includes families like Felidae and Canidae. Now comes 1.3.5 class. This category includes related orders. For example, order Primata, comprising monkey, gorilla and gibbon, is placed in class Mammalia along with order Carnivora, that includes animals like tiger, cat and dog. Class Mammalia has other orders also. Phylum 1.3.6 is phylum. Now comes important lines from here. Classes comprising animals like fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds along with mammals constitute the next higher category called phylum. All this based on the common features like presence of notochord. What are the common features? Presence of notochord and dorsal hollow neural system are included in phylum Chordata. Which neural system? Dorsal hollow. In which? Phylum Chordata. This is important. The presence of notochord and dorsal hollow neural system are the common features in phylum Chordata. In case of plants, classes with few similar characters are assigned to a higher category called division. Now comes 1.3.7 kingdom. All animals belonging to various phyla are assigned to the highest category called kingdom. Animalia. The kingdom Plantae, on the other hand, is distinct and comprises all plants from various divisions. Henceforth, we will refer to these two groups as animal and plant kingdoms. The taxonomic categories from species to kingdom have been shown in ascending order starting with species in figure 1.1. This is important one. Figure 1.1 is so important. They are showing hierarchical arrangement in ascending order. Hierarchical arrangement, taxonomic categories. Now comes the next line. Look at the hierarchy in. Oh no no. Wait. The taxonomic categories from species to kingdom have been shown in ascending order, starting with species in Figure 1.1. These are broad categories. However, taxonomists have also developed subcategories in this hierarchy to facilitate more sound and scientific placement of various taxa. Important line, subcategories are also there. Look at the hierarchy in Figure 1.1. Can you recall the basis of arrangement? Say for example, as we go, important line comes again. Very important line. As we go higher from species to kingdom from down to up in Figure 1.1, the number of common characteristics goes on decreasing. I have underlined main lines in every chapter, in every paragraph. Upside species, then comes genus, then come family, order. That is important. What they are saying, lower the taxa, more are the characteristics that the members within the taxon share. Lower the taxa. Consider species. More are the characteristics that the members within the taxon share. Species, or consider genus. Genus has many members. They share the more characteristics. Instead of when we think of family or order, they contains many and they does not share with the other members. Higher the category, greater is the difficulty of determining the relationship to the other taxa at the same level. Higher the category, greater is the difficulty of determining the relation to other taxa at the same level. Hence the problem of classification becomes more complex. Table 1.1 indicates the taxonomic categories to which some common organisms like housefly, man, mango and wheat belong. This chart is so important. This should be learned at any cost. See, I will repeat it. Man, Homo sapiens, man. Homo sapiens, man. Homo sapiens, genus, Homo. Family, Hominidae. Order, Primata. Class, Mammalia. Phylum or division, Chordata. Housefly, Musca domestica. Genus, Musca. Family, Muscidae. Order, Diptera. Class, Insecta. Phylum or division, Arthropoda. Mango, Mangifera indica. Genus, Mangifera. Family, Anacardiaceae. Order, Sapindales. Class, Dicotyledone. Phylum or division, Angiospermae. Mango. Now comes wheat, Triticum aestivum. Genus, Triticum. Family, Poaceae. Order, Poales. Class, Monocotyledone. Phylum or division, Angiospermae. It's done. The next episode will be on Taxonomical Aids 1.4. Thank you for seeing or listening. Learn. Let's crack it.